This story was sent to me by a couple of my subscribers, and shout out to them, by the way, because, well, they know who they are. I'm starting to notice a pattern here with these type of stories that I'm bringing to you. It's starting to get more repetitive. It's no longer, in my opinion, so much of an isolated thing. So this person's name, and I never knew who they were before this. This person's name is Jerry Harris. They are 21 years old, and they are on this Netflix docuseries called Cheer. And I guess he's a cheerleader, apparently. Yes, he is in the academy. This is just one of his more or less flamboyant pictures. And now he is currently under investigation by the FBI because he allegedly was soliciting sex and explicit photos from minors. Now, this will be the third story this year that I will have talked about involving these dance instructors, these male dance instructors, having some kind of sexual relationship, whether intimate or not, with these minors who most likely were under their tutelage. I'll put it like that. Now, the first one I talked about, if it wasn't this year, it was definitely last year. It was the one he was in Tennessee. He was a black man in Hall G, and he was having sex with these minors, and while he knowingly had HIV. The next one I talked about was last month, where it was another dance instructor who was having sex with minors, and he too also had HIV. Now, I don't know what the status of this guy is, but he's falling right into the category. You have a person who was a part of the academy, Hall G, who is a dance instructor. Cheerleading is a form of dance, and he's messing with these people who are underage in some way, form, or fashion. But let's go. And the fact that the FBI is now investigating him, that's major, because they don't just investigate anybody for the sake of investigating. Well, when it comes to, I would say, put it like this. When it came to our black leaders, we know why they had them under a watchful eye. But when it comes to something like this, that's something completely different. Cheerleader Jerry Harris is being investigated by the FBI after he allegedly solicited sex and sexually explicit photos from minors. Federal agents executed a search warrant at his home in Naperville, Illinois, on Monday afternoon as a part of the investigation. A spokesperson with the Bureau confirmed law enforcement were conducting court-authorized activity in the area but declined to elaborate further. Harris, the breakout star of Netflix's docuseries Cheer, has not been criminally charged. The 21-year-old has not publicly commented on the allegations or subsequent investigation. A DailyMail.com request seeking comment through his publicist has not yet been returned. The criminal probe is allegedly based on allegations that were reported to police separately by Varsity, the global authority of competitive cheerleading. USA Today reported that in letters to police in Florida and Texas dated August 1st, the company's chief legal officer, Burton Brillhart, said Varsity had learned of inappropriate sexual conduct allegations against Harris and was disclosing the information as legally required. As a result of the recent allegation, we have barred this person from having any affiliation with Varsity Brands or any of its subsidiaries or affiliates, now and in the future. Included within the letters were 2 screenshots and one of the images taken from Snapchat. A picture said to show the upper part of Harris's face is accompanied with a message reading, would you ever want to insert F word there? It's unclear when the image was taken. The second screenshot, consisting of a series of text messages from a May 2nd, 2019 exchange, reportedly shows an individual named Jerry Harris writing, "Hey, by the way, I found a place for us to do stuff. It's actually pretty good. Ha ha." No further details regarding the allegations were immediately made available. In his letters, Brillhart describes Harris as a former employee who was not actively working for Varsity at the time of the alleged incidents. However, social media posts of Harris's from May 2019 claim that he was working for the National Cheerleaders Association, which is a Varsity brand. Somebody's lying. Later the same year, in the summer, he posted a number of photos and videos of himself apparently coaching at one of NCAA's camps. In a statement to DailyMail.com, Varsity said, "We can't comment on an active law enforcement investigation. We continue to cooperate with authorities in their inquiries on this matter." Harris was made famous earlier this year following the January release of Netflix's Cheer documentary series, which followed Texas Navarro College cheerleaders in their bid to secure a national title. Cheer later received 6 Emmy nominations, and Harris, beloved for his positive and supportive demeanor in the show, became its breakout star. In February, Harris starred as a guest presenter, interviewing celebrities on the red carpet of the Oscars for the Ellen DeGeneres show. Then in June, he appeared in a short video alongside Joe Biden in which he urged black voters to turn out on election day and vote for the former vice president. Well, that just lets me know I wouldn't, even if this was stuff came out about him, I wouldn't even care for this guy, just on that strength alone. Harris, who has amassed more than 1.2 million Instagram followers, also partnered with a number of companies for various advertising campaigns, including Walmart, Cheerios, and Starburst. Netflix has not responded to a DailyMail.com request for comment at the time of the publication. Netflix lately has been in the news for a lot of controversial things. First, that Cuties, it disgusts me to even say the name of that filth, because that's not a film, that's filth. And now you have this right here with this guy. Now, even though he is being investigated, even though he's being investigated by the FBI, they say that he's not been criminally charged with anything. So right now, everything is just an allegation. But those Snapchat messages, whoever they came from, if it turns out it did come from a minor, then they gonna move forward with them criminal charges. And as for that company, they had to have known what was going on. They say he no longer works for the company, but it shows that he was still working with them, like at least up until recently. So they had this person on their payroll for a minute, and it's like they didn't really do anything. And it says that he was the show's breakout star. That key word, breakout star. So of course they were going to try to keep him around as much as possible and try to keep as much, I guess you can say, controversy away from him in order for it to not really get out there. But I have a question again for the Academy. What are y'all going to say about this? Because a lot of people in that Academy love to say that, you know, there's no quote unquote P words really floating around there like that. But I've done plenty of stories showing otherwise, and I have yet to see many of them call that out. Now here you have a guy who's clearly black. I'm curious to see what they're going to have to say about that, or are they going to say, throw the whole this and that phobic trope out there like they usually do. But y'all let me know what y'all think. Okay, so I have to come back and add this piece in here right quick. Of course, you know, I recorded this video a couple days ago. It is currently September 17, 2020. I believe I recorded the first part of the video a few days before that. I forget exactly what day it was, but here's the update right here. It says Cheers star Jerry Harris charged with producing child pornography. Now, remember, in the first part of the video, there were no charges that were brought up against him. It was just pretty much an investigation was pretty much done on him, but there were no charges. But now they have charges here, and to be honest, I'm not surprised that they brought charges, considering everything that was presented initially pointed directly to him. Now, as of right now, they say he has been charged with producing child pornography for allegedly enticing an underage boy to produce sexually explicit videos and photos of himself. They say that the allegations were brought by 14-year-old twin brothers. They said in an interview with USA Today, the boys described a pattern of harassment both online and at cheer competitions that started when they were 13 and when Harris was 19. They said it continued for more than a year. And right now they just says that Harris cannot be reached for comment. And I think right now they have placed him under arrest, if I'm not mistaken. I could be reading this wrong, but I think they do have him under arrest. They would have to, since they charged him with something. So he would have to be under arrest. And let's see, I think it's some other stuff here. They said Kristen, the mother of the boys who have accused Harris of abuse, told USA Today she filed reports with Fort Worth, Texas police on July 10th and with the FBI on August 8th. Her sons' names are Charlie and Sam. They were 13 when they met him. They basically showed the screenshots. Everything leads back to him. So This guy right here is definitely they definitely have a case on him. I'll put it that way. But that's pretty much the update right here. What I'll do is, if you want to read more into it, I'll post the link down below and you can read the rest of the article for yourself. But that's pretty much all that they have right now. So we'll see what happens.